and we would be your hosts for the day.
We would like to take this opportunity to welcome our distinguished guests, deans, professors, and all our lovely juniors to the inaugural program of the commencement day. We have been eagerly waiting for this day.
Before embarking on this new journey of learning and discovery, let us invoke the blessings of the gods through an invocation. I would like to call upon Aditya to sing the invocation.
Gajananayutam 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 Ganeshwaram Gajananayutam Ganeshwaram Bhajami Sadatam Sureshwaram Shri Gajananayutam Ganeshwaram Bhajami Sadatam Sureshwaram Shri Gajananayutam Ganeshwaram Ganeshwaram Ajendra Pujita Vigneshwaram Ajendra Pujita Vigneshwaram Ganadi Sannuta Pada Padmakaram Ganadi Sannuta Pada Padmakaram Ajendra Pujita Vigneshwaram Ganadi Sannuta Pada Padmakaram Kunjala Banjara Chaturadharakaram Kunjana Banjara Chaturadharakaram Guru Guhakrajam Pranavakaram Gajananayutam Ganeshwaram Bhajami Sadatam Sureshwaram Shri Gajananayutam Ganeshwaram Thank you.
Chancellor, Dean, School of Economics and Business, to welcome the gathering.
Vidya prashasate loke hai, Vidya sarvatra gauram. Vidya labte sarvam vidwan sarvat pujte. Knowledge is installed by everyone. Knowledge is considered a great leveler. One can attain everything with the help of knowledge, and a person is respected everywhere. Welcome to Rashtriya Vidyalaya, the temple of knowledge. Good morning, everyone. Present here, Yellaragu Shubhodaya. I hope I pronounced it right, Lakshmi. I practiced it since morning. On the behalf of RSST, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the inauguration ceremony of the second batch of Rashtriya Vidyalaya University. I would like to welcome Shri D.P. Nagaraj, Honorary Joint Secretary and Chief Guest of today's event. My colleague, my mentor, my friend, Dr. Y.S.R. Murthy, the founding Vice Chancellor of RVU, Deans of all schools, Registrar, Professors, academic colleagues of all schools, staff of RVU, HODs of all RV institutions, trustees of RSST, parents, and my dear students. It is indeed a monumental day in the life of a young university under the aegis of one of the oldest institutions in the country. Yesterday, very proudly, we celebrated the 75 years of India's independence, and RSST, which is even older than the idea of independent India, which was started by late Sri Shivananda Sharma. It celebrates 82 years of its existence. RSST in all these years has created some of the finest academic institutions in Karnataka, which was ably led by late Sri D.A. Pandu, our President Emeritus, Dr. Panduranga Sethi, and now Dr. M.P. Shyam, the current president, and under the able leadership of Dr. A.V.S. Murthy, who is the secretary, and Mr. Nagaraj, who is the honorary joint secretary. We would like to thank all parents and students of the first batch of RVU who showed confidence in our ability to deliver the highest quality education, and we are committed to make RVU one of the finest universities in short span of time. We welcome all our students to embark this journey of learning a life, if not the pursuit of true knowledge. In Sanskrit it says, na charharyam, na cha rajharyam, na cha pratibhajyam, na cha bharkari. Vyayakrute vardhata ev nityam, vidyadhanam, sarvdhanam pradhanam. It can neither be plundered by a thief, nor can be squeezed by the king, nor can be divided by the brothers, and it does not deplete on consumption. The more the education is shared, more it grows. So, ladies and gentlemen, students, we welcome you to the pursuit of knowledge. Welcome to RVU. Thank you.
Light symbolizes brightness and prosperity. It removes the forces of darkness and gives us positivity. In the spiritual world, light means life. So we can also think of light as giving us a new direction in life. May the divine power bless us. I would like to call the dignitaries to the dais and to light the lamp.
Professor Dr. Y.S.R. Murthy, Vice Chancellor, RV University, addressing us. We welcome you, sir.
Ellarigu Namaskara. Good morning. Warm welcome to all second batch students of RV University, their parents and guardians. You are special. We are indeed excited to have you with us. I also wish to extend a warm welcome to Honorary Joint Secretary, Rashtriya Shikshana Samiti Trust, Mr. D.P. Nagaraj, Pro Vice Chancellor, Professor Dwarika Prasad Unyal, Registrar, Dr. Sahana Gowda, Deans, Professor Piyush Rai, Professor Vinay Mundada, Professor Sanjay Chitnis, faculty members, non-teaching staff. Dear students, I know you had several options before you, but you consciously chose to join RV University. I wish to thank all students and parents for reposing your trust in us and exercising choice in favor of RVU. You have made the right choice. We will work hard to maintain academic rigor and quality of teaching and learning. We have ambitious plans to grow and grow very fast. In 5 years' time, our academic reputation will increase significantly, and alongside the value of your degree will also increase a great deal. In our first year of operations, we started with 189 students. This year, we have enrolled 546 students so far, of whom 202 students are in the School of Business and School of Economics, 129 in the School of Design, 65 students in the School of Computer Science and Engineering, and 53 in the School of Liberal Arts and Sciences. We are expecting 125 more students from CET exam and also late admissions. In all, there will be about 650 students in the second batch, representing nearly 350% increase over the first year. I am delighted to inform you that nearly 50% of our second batch students are female students. Their proportion is higher in the School of Liberal Arts and Sciences and School of Design. The students hail from all parts of the country. We also have 4 students from the United Arab Emirates and 1 student from Indonesia. A warm welcome to them. We are proud of the student diversity and we celebrate diversity. RV University aspires to be a world-class, tech-driven global university for liberal education. This is our collective vision. In fact, our university is promoted by Rashtriya Shikshana Samiti Trust. As Professor Dwarika Unyal mentioned, our founder started this from a humble way with 1 school, 6 students from a rented premises in 1940. Thereafter, through passionate philanthropic fundraising, through passionate contribution of founder president and also founder secretary, Mr. D.A. Pandu, there are today over 21 institutions with 20,000 plus students enrolled and start ranging from kindergarten to PhD degree and all forms of disciplines in all areas of knowledge. We have wonderful faculty members in RVU who will engage with you, ably supported by non-teaching staff. We wish to set new benchmarks in accessibility and quality. Dear students, an exciting academic journey awaits you at RVU. As for my own self, before joining this university, I was working in the O.P. Jindal Global University as a founding faculty member and thereafter as a registrar for about 9 years. I contributed to its raise in the QS BRICS ranking, QS Asia, QS World University ranking in a short span of 10 years and also contributed to its becoming an institution of eminence. And prior to that, I worked as a civil servant as a part of 1985 batch of IAS and allied services and worked in Ministry of Finance, National Human Rights Commission, Prime Minister's Office, President Secretariat and Cabinet Secretariat. The deans of all 4 schools and faculty members have likewise excellent credentials. Our faculty members hail from across India, north, south, east, west, and speak many languages. They have academic qualifications from some of the best universities in the world like Oxford University, University of London, Carleton University, Canada, IIT Mumbai and other IITs, IIM Ahmedabad and other IIMs, Indian Statistical Institute, Gokhale Institute, ISEC, and many other institutions. There are also faculty members who hold prestigious Fulbright scholarship British Chevening Scholarship, Ratan Tata Postdoctoral Fellowship, Edinburgh Global Research Scholarship, the Scottish International Scholarships. As I mentioned, we wish to be a global university. Barely within 1 year of time, we have forged over 50 national and international collaborations with some of the best institutions across the world. They include University of Essex, Siena College in New York, Sofia University, Bulgaria, University of Norway, Edinburgh Napier University, OP Jindal Global University. Recently, we signed an MOU with Bryant University, which opens several pathways for our students. We are close on the verge of signing an MOU with Virginia Tech University in USA, which guarantees double degree programs. In addition to these, we have also signed with MOUs with several grassroots organizations like Swami Vivekananda Youth Movement, Grassroots Research and Advocacy Movement, Helpage India, International Bridges to Justice, Commonwealth Human Rights Initiative. Not only this, we are closely collaborating with several corporate partners, industry like IFP Goa is known for household appliances, Titan industry, and there are many other corporate bodies which have agreed to take our students for internships and placements, and these numbers will only increase in the coming years. RVU has consciously embraced a teaching cum research intensive university. We have started PhD program, both full-time and part-time, in the first year itself. So we are conscious that students must get engaged in research activities right from undergraduate level onwards. We have so far set up 8 research centers, which include, among others, Center for Election and Democracy Studies in India, Mahatma Gandhi Center for Contemporary Ethics, and Center for Visual and Performing Arts, Center for Future of Things, Center for South Asian Studies, and there are many others. The Center for Human Rights Studies will be inaugurated by Raman Magsaysay Award winner and former Rural Affairs editor of Hindu, Mr. P. Sainath. In 2 weeks' time from now, you will get an opportunity to hear from him. In a short span of 1 year, we started a CXO lecture series where we hosted Swiggy COO, who narrated the story of Swiggy turnaround during pandemic time. We also hosted Morgan and Stanley India country head, Selco India Foundation chairman Mr. Harish Ande, 3 Raman Magsaysay Award winners, 2 Rhodes Scholars, 1 Padma Bhushan awardee, and also chairman of the Prime Minister's Economic Advisory Council, Dr. Vivek Debroy, and many other distinguished thought leaders. So in other words, RVU promises to be a vibrant place for seminars, conferences, and other academic engagement. We wish to be in the forefront of knowledge creation. Dear students, I understand that some of you are stepping out of the comfort of your home for the first time. Even as you enjoy this newfound freedom, please remember that all freedom comes with great responsibility. As adults, I request you to assume full responsibility for your own personal safety. In particular, please follow all COVID-related protocols. A few months back, we lost one BBA student in a tragic road accident on Nice Road. It was a very painful experience for the parents, all teachers, as well as the institution. And that's why I want to stress on the how you must use freedom with responsibility. Looking back, for me and my team, it has been an exciting journey over the last 1 year. As a startup university, we might be small, but we have the hunger and tenacity. We have a clear vision and an action plan. RVU may be an young university, but it has been backed by a trust which has a 8 decades rich legacy, and it's known for its values and its philanthropic efforts, mainly in the field of education. I wish to thank the Rashtriya Shikshana Samiti Trust, its office bearers, and all trustees for taking a momentous decision to establish RV University and also committing significant financial, human, and other resources for its growth. Our dynamic Joint Secretary, Mr. D.P. Inaugural, who is present here, worked tirelessly to get the legislation RV University Act passed by the Karnataka legislature in early 2019. Our infrastructure is being created at a breakneck speed. A new library building will be ready by November 2022. A new sports center and executive housing are being created. Center for Executive Education will commence its work from January 2023. Additional 6 lakh square feet of built-up area will be ready for our use by next year. Dear students, in the wake of rapid technological developments, many conventional careers, jobs are going to become obsolete in future. We need great adaptability, flexibility, and innovation. The key is learning how to learn. Chinese billionaire and entrepreneur Jack Ma said, and I quote, "A lot of people learn to work. In the future, it should be work to learn." We should continue to learn all the time. As Mahatma Gandhi said, live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Cricketer Anil Kumble, many IAS officers, corporate leaders, CEOs have passed out of this campus and have earned a great name for themselves. You can join their ranks. I'm sure there is a Satya Nadella, Sundar Pichai, Indra Nui, or a Kiran Majumdar Shah in the making amongst you. Think big, dream big, and work hard to realize your dreams. Lay the foundation for your academic journey here. Build your career brick by brick by remaining focused in the effort throughout the duration of your program. Dreams have a lot of significance in our lives. As former President APJ Abdul Kalam said, dream is not that which you witness in a sleeping. It is something that does not let you sleep. We have all the ingredients for success, full backing by our parent body, the Rashtriya Shikshana Samiti Trust, great faculty and non-teaching staff, great students. Now sky is the limit. Let us together create history. I have studied in a Ramakrishna Mission High School, and I am particularly fond of Swami Vivekananda, and I'm influenced a great deal by his philosophy. And Swami Vivekananda said, take up one idea, make that one idea your life. Think of it, dream of it, live on that idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea. This is the way to success. In other words, be focused and stay focused for the entire duration of your program. Dear students, as you embark on a momentous journey with RV University, I wish you good luck. Thank you.
Vice Chancellor, RVU, and Honorable Joint Secretary of the Rashtriya Shikshana Samiti Trust to address the gathering.
Students, freshers at RV University, the second batch who have just joined us. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor, Registrar, Deans, faculty members, parents, and I don't know if there are any grandparents. Welcome to you all. Much has been mentioned today about Rashtriya Shikshana Samiti Trust, which I represent here. RV University is the newest child under the family of RV. It's a dream come true for all of us. Some of the elders who have left us, who dreamt of creating our own university. While RV was only present or is currently only at south of Bangalore with its 21 institutions, 14 locations, 20,000 students, over 3,000 people working under this great organization. We wish to grow it further to many more places, and which is one of our goals presently, to move ahead. When we started the journey of RV University, we took out a great deal of inspection, learning, understanding from other universities who welcomed us, shared the knowledge, and which gave us ideas to start something different which people have not yet thought over in the south of India. The very thought of liberal education, I should probably say we are one of the first few to even step in to this part of the country. We proudly announce the good faculty who have joined us from different parts of the country, as our Vice Chancellor already mentioned, a diverse team. And I'm also very proudly standing here to mention that they have all come in from better institutions, who have come here to share their knowledge, be a part of the journey with RV. And you shall be lucky to get trained under these learned faculty members, under the able leadership of our Vice Chancellor, who has just given you the detail of his entire journey, experience, our Pro Vice Chancellor, Mr. Unyal, Madam Sahana, our Registrar, and all the deans and the faculty members, which is one of our pride moments today. Infrastructure is not the only idea. We want to build in knowledge capital here. We want to give an importance to research, not only by faculty, but also would like to invite students to do research. Young minds, bright minds, you will have to come out with great ideas with the help of your teachers to do something disruptive to this country, which is embarking a journey of change. As our tagline says, go change the world, we expect each and every student to do something different, and we are with you as management, and I pledge our teachers are there with you, our faculty are there with you. At this very moment, we proudly announce very shortly we would be starting many more schools wherein students of different institutions can take up your minors, which is also one of the very unique thing of this university. We as generation behind you could not have this much of an option while we did our education, where we could choose a minor or take a credit which was outside the curriculum, which you have been given a chance. You should make the best use of these things. There could be a lot of things in your heart, there could be a lot of passion. Allow it to grow, embark it. See that you make the best use of this university system, the new education policy, and try to do something different. I've always been saying. Choose your good minors, and anything out of the box is most welcome, and anything that we would not be able to think and some of the students can come out with ideas are also welcome. Today is just an orientation, and we shall have another inauguration after all the CET students join into our School of Computer Science with your parents, and probably whoever can bring your grandparents or friends. We shall have a mega event very shortly, probably in the month of September. The Vice Chancellor will decide about the program, and we look forward for your good journey here. Wishing you all the very best, good stay at RV, and good academic and all-round best future. I remain at the service and will be available for any of you to reach out at any times. Thank you.
Now, I would like to call Dr. Sahana D. Gowda, Registrar and Associate Dean of the School of Computer Science and Engineering, RV University, to give the vote of thanks.
Dignitaries on the dais, deans, dear parents, faculty members, and my dear students. Commencement Day ceremony is one of the most important, meaningful, and symbolic event in a university student's career. It is a time to reflect on the sacrifices and accomplishments of the past and on the hope, excitement, and responsibility of the future. It is a time when parents and students visit the campus and meet, often for the first time, the classmates and the faculty members of the graduate schools. In many cases, it is a formal on-campus encounter with the university community and a crucial moment in the graduates' forming of lifelong impressions of their alma mater. A small piece of advice to my dear students is that you are given liberty to exercise your responsibilities. So set high personal and academic standards for yourself and live up to them. Listen to that little voice inside you that says, I can do this, and believe in yourself. Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by the dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of the others' opinion drown on your own inner voice. And the most important, that have the courage to follow your heart and the university and the school which you belong to. Be a good human being, holding our tradition and culture with professionalism to build yourself in the area of studies which you have passionately chosen. With these few words, I would like to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who worked and joined us today in making this commencement day a successful beginning. I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to our Pro Vice Chancellor and Joint Secretary Sir, D.P. Nagraj Sir, for gracing this occasion. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Y.S.R. Murthy, for joining us and address, and Dean School of Business and Economics, Dr. Dwarika Prasad Unyal, for welcoming the students, parents, faculty members into RV University family. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank all the deans of the schools, faculty members, for all your support and coordination in making this event a grand success. I thank Mr. Aditya for rendering a melodious invocation. Thank you, Ms. Shreya and Mr. James, for being master of ceremony of today's function. And I also extend my special thanks to Ms. Soundarya Iyer for the back support of the master of ceremony today. My special thanks to all my admin staff from admission team, media team, IT support managers who worked hard in putting things in place, being it from banners to online live streaming of the function to all the halls in the campus and making convenient to watch this program. I also extend a special thanks to Major Raghavendra C, Facility Manager, Senior Manager, who was very supportive in organizing and coordinating the facilities required for today. Last but not the least, I thank my dear students and parents for attending this function and making it a grand success. Thank you.
Break. I would request everyone to go to the biotech quadrangle where the registrations took place, and please be seated back by 11:15. Thank you.
Also choose, but along with that, other school students also can make a choice of one of the design minors. So that's the beginning of the truly learning from other domains, learning from the program which you are not really part of, okay, in terms of your major or your specialization. And that's not the only opportunity we have created, and that's the point I want to emphasize today. There are a lot of electives, okay? Electives within the school, within the program, as well as within the entire university, which would be open to any student to opt for. And it will be spanning from semester 3 to semester probably 7. So that's the second opportunity for all the non-design students to also become part of design education in some way or the other. And the third and the most important is, when we were designing the curriculum, we thought of focusing the curriculum not on job seekers, okay, creating job seekers, but rather getting into creating of jobs, okay, getting into entrepreneurship. And that was our experience during the pandemic, where we saw design professionals who were primarily either employed or working as design consultants or design professionals, okay, thought of this opportunity that why not become an entrepreneur? When there is an idea with them, they can create new ideas, new solutions, new products. Why don't they only take it to the customer in the form of maybe converting it, making it, manufacturing it, servicing it, okay, and making into a business. And that's the idea we picked up, and we thought, can we expect our students, when I say our students, it's students of RVU, okay, students of RV University, can they come together while they are on the campus and create an enterprise? Create an enterprise by collaborating, by interacting with the diverse population of the students who would be studying maybe management, maybe psychology, computer science, okay, along with design. And create and nurture the entrepreneurship, okay, not as a part of a side activity which is popularly nowadays called on many campuses as incubation or something like that, but make it as a part of the curriculum, okay? And it happens right when you are learning something within your program, within your minors or within your electives. Okay? So there is an opportunity for you to also work on one of the projects where the essential requirement would be the team of that project should be across the schools. It might be 3 students, 4 students, 5 students, but essentially all those 3, 4, 5 students should be from the diverse programs or diverse education schools. Now that's the third and the most important opportunity we have created. With the sole objective is that before you pass out, you should have established yourself as an entrepreneur, or you should have incubated a business on the campus. Take all the inputs from the faculty who are expertise in creating such kind of enterprises, in creating such kind of businesses. Okay? Don't treat us as just academicians who know only teaching, who doesn't understand business, who doesn't understand finance, who doesn't understand profit. Okay? No. Most of us, we come from the mixed experience of academics as well as the profession. Make use of that expertise available on the campus. Try working towards from the day one that how do I create my own enterprise? Okay? How do I create jobs? How do I solve the problems which society today is facing and still make money? Okay? I don't wish to say that, no, you should make something which is only for the service, for the charity. No, without money, I don't think you can ever think of supporting others. Right? So making money, making profit with the genuine practices, with the ethical practices should be your objective and aim. So those are the opportunities I thought I'll share with you. Standing here as representative of the School of Design. So you will have my faculty members, the staff of School of Design, along with all the faculty members of all the schools, supporting and working towards this objective as a university we want to achieve. Thank you. We will connect you again whenever we will get an opportunity. And otherwise also you can create opportunity for us to come to us, talk to us, and share your thoughts and ideas. Thanks a lot.
Let me ask, how many of you are in the School of Liberal Arts and Sciences? Nice. Well, I'm also from the School of Liberal Arts and Sciences. We now have Professor Dr. Piyush Roy, Dean of School of Liberal Arts and Sciences, addressing us.
So much of color in the room. We are the color in the campus. How's the Josh? Good. Welcome to university life. You know, William Osler in his famous iconic essay called Student Life said, except perhaps a lover, no one is more interesting as an object of study than a student. And let's go a little back. Shakespeare in his collection of the immortals among the humans, you know, human beings do many things, right? But he picks up 4 characters as the most interesting in the human race. They are the lunatic, the madman, which is fixed idea. See, most madmen were recognized only after their madness was over, right? So that the poet for their fine frenzy, and following right me, you will be meeting resident poet of the university, Professor Dwari. So then the lover for his frantic idolatry, and then of course the student for his desire for knowledge and imagination. Now between a madman, a poet, a lover and a student, what is that one thing which is common? Why are they all so unique? Why do they attract attention? Why they are, as William Osler says, one of the most interesting objects of study among the human race? Anybody? What is common to all these 4? Yes. Thank you, Professor Lakshmi. Passion. See, these are the people who are driven by passion, and finding your passion is what university life is all about. As our VC in the morning said, this is a liberal arts university. So, and this is, since I'm addressing to all students here, everybody has a passion. You never know what you will become later, because I started my career as a crime reporter covering the underworld and mafia in Bombay. And now look at me, I'm an academic here. I also write poetry occasionally, but not as prolific as Professor Dwari here. I'm a filmmaker, I'm an author, and I also teach. And all these things go side by side. So it's very important to find your passion. So you might be a great designer, but what is your passion? And that's where the liberal arts comes. You might be getting into business, you might be getting into computer science, becoming an engineer, but there is something called a passion we all have. And I think the idea of a liberal arts university is, you know, when you're taking your major, taking your core discipline, let that be your career there. But when you are thinking about minor, and this is a very important, unique thing of a liberal arts university, is this major and minor. When you're thinking of your minor, think of your passion. Go for a minor where your passion lies, and go for the career where your core, wherever you see yourself. But of course, we are in a dynamic world. Nothing is constant. Things keep changing. We all keep changing. And so on that note, we'll have ample moments to interact. And from tomorrow we will be having the commencement sessions for the School of Liberal Arts. Can I just see who all are there from the School of Liberal Arts? Good. Welcome to you. We'll have longer sessions from tomorrow. And welcome to all of you actually. Look forward to meeting you. You have any great projects, you want to write poetry, you want to make films and other things, come to me. And I'm always available. And of course, yes, perhaps the liberal arts is the heart. Money and career equally essential, as Professor Vinay just now said, but I would like to sign off with this quote from the film Dead Poets Society, and that famous dialogue, you know, all these are essential careers: business, law, politics, and you know, engineering. These are essential. I mean, the society stands on these careers. The reputations of nations are built on these. But art, literature, poetry, that's the heart. After all, we are members of the human race. So welcome once again, and looking forward to interacting with you, hearing your stories, and let's have a great time ahead. The next 4 years, remember, and you will look years back, when you look back, these perhaps will be the best years of your lives. That's how my university life has been. I am a perpetual learner, and I look forward to learning from you as well, as much as whatever we can share from our experiences. And we have a fantastic bunch of faculty colleagues with us with ample experience of life, of profession, of academics, and we all are excited to meet all of you. Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have the Dean of School of Economics and Business, Professor Dr. Dwarika Prasadonial, addressing us.
Thank you, Shreya. Yeah, I know I've already spoken once, right? So the reception tells me that I'm not welcome again. But I'm going to defy a lot what Dr. Piyush has tried to tell about what business people do. He has painted us as cold-hearted mercenaries who would go out like the wolves of the Wall Street and make truckload of money and then spend it all over. Welcome to our world. With all the poetry, Piyush has said, I'm a poet, but the dean pays for it. The business dean pays for it, right? For all the art and craft and the film and all of that, it requires money, honey, and then that money, honey, is being managed by people like us, who also occasionally are diversify in other areas, like, so as Piyush has said, we also teach sometimes. So I hope some of you understand Hindi. कि जिंदगी का ब्लैक बोर्ड लिए यहाँ वहाँ फिरता हूँ, जिंदगी का ब्लैक बोर्ड लिए यहाँ वहाँ फिरता हूँ, वक्त की चौक से लिखता हूँ मिटाता हूँ. जिंदगी का ब्लैक बोर्ड लिए यहाँ वहाँ फिरता हूँ, वक्त की चौक से लिखता हूँ मिटाता हूँ, कभी सीखने की जिद थी, आज सिखाने का बहाना. So that defines many of us, including Piyush. We have got and Professor Mundra and Professor Chitnis and Professor Murthy. We've been practicing people in our other life. We have done multiple things before we either consciously or stumbled upon academia as our chosen passionate career. And nothing now more defines us than being a teacher. I think it's an extremely privileged position we all have. And like Dr. Piyush said, we are perpetually in the university for the simple reason that we always remain young. So what's the date of year for this batch? 2000? No. What is 2000? So this batch, date of birth of this batch on an average would be which year? 2004? Wow. Right. Makes me a lot more younger because when I started teaching, I used to teach students who were born in 1977. And now I'm teaching, hopefully to some of you, with a batch of 2004. So I think the very reason why all of us are young at heart is because of the fact that every year we encounter a new batch which is coming up with full of energy, full of life, full of new ideas, full of crazy idiosyncratic ideas and thoughts. And that keeps us on the toes. And none of our so-called background would make us ready for the new ideas or the thoughts or the challenges you would bring to the classroom. So welcome to the class of 2022. We are so happy. And from the School of Economics and School of Business, purely on the academic side of it, as Professor Mundra and Professor Piyush had already said, we offer some kick-ass minors for other schools and a life-defining majors for the School of Economics and School of Business. For the economics, we have an economics major for a 4-year program which leads you to a career in think tanks, career as economists, careers in banking, careers in data analytic firms, data science firms, and a world of politics and public policy. For the School of Business, we have marketing, finance, human resource management, business analytics, and entrepreneurship. So we would structurally also create a knowledge structure for you so that not only you are encouraged to do entrepreneurship, but also learn the nitty-gritties of getting into an enterprise and doing it right. At the same time, all these majors become minors for School of Design, for School of Liberal Arts, and School of Computer Science, which means even if you are studying computer science, you can pick up a major in psychology or major in marketing or major in finance. If you are a psychology major in liberal arts, you can pick up finance and move into behavioral finance side of it. If you are a major in design, you can pick up a major in marketing and move a lot more towards the product UX, UI side, from the technical side to the business side of it. So you kind of make your education a lot more balanced. And this is where it is little different than a lot of universities. Even in the past, both Professor Murthy and I have worked with OP Jindal together. Even there they have schools, but one thing is very, very clear, which all of you really need to imbibe from the day one itself. We don't have silos. We don't have structured building which say this is School of Design, School of Liberal Arts. They are part of a larger academic structure, which means you people also need to find ways to interact and engage and not necessarily live in an artificial environment saying that I belong to School of Design and you belong to School of Economics and we have nothing in common. Because the rest of the world, when you move out of this particular place, doesn't believe in all these majors, minors, definitions of your degrees. What matters is the work. And there in the larger multicultural, multi-discipline environment, you will find people from completely different discipline. And there you would realize that not only you need to have an empathy, an appreciation of others' expertise, but your own ability to go beyond your comfort level and start learning something which you don't necessarily pick up in the disciplinary side of it. So while the education is a lot more interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary, the larger world doesn't believe in all of this. Larger world believes in only one thing: solving problems. How effectively can you solve a problem? How beautifully can you solve a problem? How creatively can you solve a problem? And but last but not the least, can you make money while doing all of this? So money is the heart of it, right? It's a beautiful word. Don't look at as negative as we sometimes we might feel like. It's the world, it's the engine which runs it, and we have to earn loads of it. so that we can do a lot of things which we feel like and fund our passions. Just to sum up with all of this is a new beginning for all of you, and hence a little poem dedicated to all of you. आ इन छनी हुई रोशनियों का हाथ पकड़, निकल इन आसमानों से आगे, एक दुनिया वहाँ भी है शायद. आ इन छनी हुई रोशनियों का हाथ पकड़, निकल इन आसमानों के आगे, एक दुनिया वहाँ भी है शायद. चल उन अनजान रास्तों पर, क्या पता एक मुकाम मिले, क्या पता एक नया मुकाम मिले, क्या पता ये तेरी नई सुबह हो और सूरज ने नए कपड़े पहने हो, क्या पता ये तेरी ज़िंदगी की एक नई शुरुआत हो, क्या पता ये तेरी ज़िंदगी की एक नई शुरुआत हो. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RVU. Thank you.
Last but not the least, we have Dr. Sanjay Chitnis, Dean of School of Computer Science and Engineering, addressing us.
Welcome to our students from all branches, of course, and their parents. So in computer science, you may be aware we have 2 branches, 2 degrees. One is BTech and one is BSc. Already 100 students have joined for BTech and another 80 are expected out of CET quota. We have 40% CET quota. And we have BSc honors, so there also seats are getting filled very frequently. So just now Dwari sir gave excellent poetry, right? And I loved that one line, right? Nikal ja asmano se aage. Okay, sorry if I forgot that because only once I read, right? And speaking from technological side, right? I think in my generation, we were very glad if you could go outside India, right? Visit US, etc. Right? But your generation, I think you will be aspiring to go beyond Earth, right? Go to Mars, wherever, right? Already things have started. So technological also what sir mentioned, of course he meant from the other perspective, but yes, technological also is possible. So let me just paint a little bit picture of how future is going to be, right? So today they are talking about lifespan forever 30, right? So another 20, 30 years will be winning whatever aging process, etc. And your generation may live much longer, right? So it's no longer 100 years, etc., right? It's kind of forever. Then colony on other planets, that's what you were telling, right? And they're going to be self-replicating robot. You just send one robot there. He's going to generate the complete environment for you to stay. Okay? So that is self-replicating robot. No energy material shortage, right? If you go to space, right, there is no constraint of whether petroleum is limited or no, all those things like that, right? You can get whatever materials and energy you want. Automated transport, of course, today itself things are coming, right? There are autonomous vehicles, you just sit there and go wherever you want. On-demand choice-based food, just like a microwave, you just tell, I want to eat burger today with XYZ specification, it will be manufactured and given to you. Robots doing all manual jobs, right? So you don't have to worry about moving around, cleaning, like that, right? So there'll be a lot of robots. In fact, how many of you came through Bangalore airport, outstation? Today already there are 10 robots, I don't know whether you saw them or not, right? They are guiding people there, okay? And in fact, today's news was that it's going to be just biometric based, no automated entry. You don't no longer have to carry your ticket or boarding pass, not even on mobile, right? You just go there with your biometric, you can enter the gates and all. That's today's news, okay? They're going to install it very soon. So a lot of things are going to change. And AI doing all the thinking and creative jobs, right? So menial jobs are taken care by robots, all thinking job taken care by AI. Then why do you need to be here and learn? Of course, people who are doing art and all, they have a lot of work to do, right? But other people like engineers probably, right, will have tough time when these people are doing that. This one anecdote, it's of course just a comedy thing. One engineer, it seems, went home in vacation. He had got first class with distinction. And the fan somehow at the room didn't work. So mother was asking him to repair the fan. And he couldn't, right? Obviously, you know, right? You may have your brothers or other cousins who are engineers, right? Can they repair fans? No, right? Because they don't have that practical knowledge, right? So the mother was so angry, she just tore off the degree certificate and marks card, right? You can't even repair fan, what electrical engineer you are, right? So that's the thing. Why it happens? So I'm now referring only to engineering, okay? Don't take me for the other branches. So today, teaching happens by what we call sage on the stage, right? It's a good lecturing, people can convince you, make it elated, etc. But is the learning happening, right? Especially engineering type. So whatever happens during class, whatever lecturer gives, goes away, right? And afterwards, whatever remaining is there, that also evaporates, right? So before the exam, one or 2 months, you'll be mugging up, write the exam, get distinction. And if you ask again 1 month after that, you say, oh, 1 month by exam was there, I don't remember, right? True? Yeah. So we want to replace that, right? So what we are going to do? Now we don't have classrooms in computer science. They are only labs. Those who BSc will be sitting in computer labs. Others also we are recreating things, right, with BYOD, etc., bring your own device. So you'll be working, right, hands-on learning. So if you are learning swimming, guitar, etc., right, do you forget it forever? No, right, you'll remember for life. You can only add the skills. You can become more and more skillful, right? That's what we want our engineers to be, right? Make a permanent difference in school, right? So normally we start with understanding how things work, right? There is a microphone, there are lights here, projector, etc., right? You sit in a car, so how does it work? Then how to make them work. Suppose something doesn't work, right? Like fan. Fan doesn't work, you should have that ability to run like that, right? And then finally how to make useful thing. Useful and beautiful things. I think beautiful I should add to that, right? We have design aspects also, right? That should be the target. So we do that through what we call 21st century skills. When robots are there to take care of manual jobs, when AI is there to take care of all low-end thinking jobs, I'm not going to say complete thinking, but low-end thinking jobs, then what you need is these 21st century skills, right? That's the basis. So if you get those, then whatever life you have, right? 200, 500, 3,000 years, right? Which is quite likely, by the way, right? It's not a science fiction. So if you have that life, then you can survive, right? So it's not just 21st century skills, but for the rest of the life. So, of course, I won't go through this detail, right? When we have more time, CS introduction, induction, etc., that time we'll go through that. The whole idea is that we have experiential learning, that is hands-on. We have interdisciplinary learning. So we have one of the unique thing about this university, right? We could have as well taken admission in RVC or any other engineering college. But here we have great other schools. We have eminent, excellent faculty, right? They are best in at least all of India, if not international as well. So they are going to also work with you on whatever subjects you select, right? To minor or university electives or whatever. So that way you are going to get that kind of breadth, in which is unique in RV. Then we have holistic learning. Our Vice Chancellor also conducts one session on happiness and other things like that, right? He'll be conducting for computer science students as well. So it's not just to become a pure computer scientist, right? That's not good enough, right? What do engineers do? There are people who have developed nuclear bomb. What happened to that, right? Now we are in the permanent danger, right? What happens? So we want people who are not only doing good to society, but also be happy themselves, make good things about the family, friends, etc. like that, right? That's extremely important to have that holistic learning. Then you have community-based lifelong learning. So engineering, especially computer science, things change very fast, right? If something says is 1 year back, then it is outdated already, right? So to keep on being current. So that you can do only when you are part of a bigger community which is learning simultaneously, and be with them. And finally, evaluation methods. So it's not just pen and paper-based exam. If the learning is experiential, then obviously even the evaluation has to be complementary to that. So all those things we support. So we have identified around 15 21st century skills. Incidentally, just for fun, they all start with C. We have made them kind of twisted to make it start with C. Especially first and last, you should be important today, okay? The first one is having self-regulation, right? To take charge of your own life. That's extremely important, right? So think about that. Today is not the time to go deeper into that. And the last one is have courage, to be a leader or to be an entrepreneur, right? So if you have some goal, what you want to do, then there are all the intermediate skills, right, which will help you. So just to inform and announce also, we are going to conduct something called, this is called SIH, Smart India Hackathon. That is the world's largest hackathon conducted by Ministry of Education. It is going on for past few years, maybe I think 5-6 years. A few instances were inaugurated by Prime Minister himself. This time, our Cabinet Minister of Education is going to inaugurate that. So RV University is glad to tell that it's going to be one of the nodal centers. Okay. We are such a young university, still they have trusted us. We are all young people, all facilities we are making, right? There is no financial limit in terms of constraints, right? But of course, to set it up takes time, right? So we are into that process. So, but have trust in our students and faculty. Already our students are on the job, they have formed teams, etc. So it's such a complex event. It's like arranging 10 marriages, right, at a time. Let me tell you the complexity, right? So there are going to be 24 teams, each requiring different things. Like one team, for example, wants some nitrous oxide and sulfur oxide, etc. Gas to be provided. But they want to detect that, right? So we have to think, how do we provide such kind of complicated things to them. There are about 10 teams doing some drones related activities, all kinds of complex things. So our students are going to get that experience of seeing those 24 products being developed, right? If not by themselves, be on the side, right? But to see how those finalist teams are being developed. These are all finalist teams, by the way. Okay, so that's the kind of, I would say, ultimate in the experiential learning. So our teams are going to get that, right? And this is a university level event. We are going to get help from all the schools. So if you want to volunteer, all the students and faculty, please contact us. We'll be happy to take you. Last time we conducted similar event in Dayanand Sagar, we had 30 faculty and 60 students, total 90 people volunteering. Okay? So that's the scale we need actually. And all people were busy, almost 24/7 working, right? Many faculty slept there. Right? It's an extremely complex event, but we have taken that challenge. So we have this design your own curriculum. So especially if you see, we have this minor concept, right? So we have minor in computer science as well. So those who are in other departments want to take minor, we'll be supporting that. And of course, the other things are very clear. So later we'll go to that. They are eminent faculty, right? 2 of them are from IIIT Bangalore, and so they love this kind of teaching, right? They're kind of fed up with conventional system. So we'll be really helping you. They're all hands-on. A lot of people have industry experience. And finally, any idea? Anybody has seen this photograph? Shout out from there. Okay. From dress, can you guess? Red dress. Have you seen on railway stations, those who came? He is a porter. He was rather. Okay? He was a porter. Exactly. Oh, what's your name? Congrats. Yeah. Shrikant, yes. So, I think he went a little fast. His name is Srinath. He is an IAS officer today. He is from Munnar, worked as a coolie in Ernakulam Junction, father of young daughter, no money to buy books. That is when he was studying, okay? So that's the resources he had. Cleared civil service exam after 3 failed attempts, right? You can see the tenacity. Right? It's not that he was brilliant and no, he made first. He kept on it for 3 times, 4th time. So the only resource he had a smartphone, memory card, pair of earphones, and free Wi-Fi, which was there in the railway station. Right? With that he prepared and cleared IAS exam. Right? So why I'm telling this is this quotation, right? The capacity to learn is a gift, right? I think all of you have that, right? To have admission into RBU. The ability to learn is a skill, right? We'll teach you that, right? When you practice learning, you'll get that ability. But finally, the willingness to learn is a choice, right? So even if you don't have resources like Srinath, if you have willingness, you can overcome any shortcomings, any difficulties, right? I know some of our BSc students, our BSc fees are very low, right? But they're taking loan to join us. So whatever be your circumstance, don't worry, we are there for you, but you can make it, right? So keep that in mind. So with that context, I have a question to you. Are you ready to take charge of your own life? Thank you very much. Right? So this is what actually you should take life, family, community, as well as your country. Okay. So thank you very much. See you.
The CallPol team, who will be familiarizing us with the CallPol platform.
Plain brief about infrastructure what we are providing. This is our RV University campus, and we have high-speed local area internet LAN. It is on 1 Gbps connectivity, and currently we are having 100 Mbps internet lease line, and that we are in process of upgrading it to 500 Mbps. And we have entire campuses Wi-Fi enabled, and we have dedicated iMac lab for School of Design and Innovation. And we have vacuums for SOD, and we have dedicated 2 computer labs. Each is having capacity of 30 computers, and we have workstation for all high-end computing, and all classrooms are equipped with audio-visual systems and LMS integrated circuit integrated recording system for blended learning, online and offline. And we have LMS, CallPol, as well as Coursera. And we are using licensed softwares like MS Office, Adobe Creative Cloud for School of Design, and Gmail-based emailing. And all the students, we will send you official Gmail ID along with that CallPol email ID so that you can operate your mails and CallPol app. we have Corel Draw, and we have Zoom licensed app, enterprise license, and AWS subscription. And this is our RV University campus. Some of the people will be sharing RV CE campus. For them, we will be providing you a separate username and password. And for RVU campus, we will have a separate username and password. And related to any IT support, you can mail us at ithelpdesk@rvu.edu.in. Thank you. And now I'm calling Ms. Lakshmi for familiarizing on Colpal app.
It's always nice to get back to college because I was also recollecting my college days, seeing all the professors speaking here, all the crowd here. So I'm representing Colpal, myself Lakshmi. I work as a product specialist there. So this session is just to quickly introduce you what are the facilities you are going to get through this application. So Colpal is basically the idea of digitizing your the entire campus provisions like the academics, the examinations, classrooms. Going forward, many payment options are there, admission modules are there. So here in your university, we have introduced the academics part, that is your classrooms and how the classes has been accessed and all. So I will just quickly take you through that. So we have web login as well. So you will be provided with the URL as well as the logins which you can use to log in. So each student will be having that unique ID and password which will be shared with you. Using this you can log in. So you can see the various options available as you can check the calendar. Then you have something known as the classroom. That is the main focus over here. So your classes that have been scheduled by your professors, the timetable, what are the topics you are going to take, what are the resources they want to share with you. If you have some internal assessments like assignments, quizzes, so some class tests, discussions. So all this will be handling through a module known as Learning Management System, LMS. And that comes under classroom. So here in the classroom, you will be able to see all the classes that have been scheduled. And inside each classroom, you will be able to see the attendance taken by your professors, how much grade you have obtained for the each term level or each semester level, and how much percentage you are having at semester level, and even your total. After the end of every semester, you will get the total result as well as your altogether output as well. And so this was I was addressing that. So some quizzes, discussion forums, assignments which your professors are sharing with you. So you will get a notification once they share some quizzes or assignments with you. You will be notified in the application that this so and so professor with the subject has been added to or it's live. So you will have to go inside this classroom and you will have to attend it and submit it online. Okay. So this is something that will be coming in future. Currently you won't be having the payment options through Colpal, but in future you will be having this provision as well. Like you will be able to make payments through Colpal. So this is something one important part which is part of your academics, that is course registration. So ideally the idea is, so you will be having some specializations or some courses which you will have to register with based on your specializations, major, minor. So using this module, you will be able to see a card of subjects which are being added under this course registration module. So if you are part of it or you are eligible for it, you will be able to select those courses based on the available seats and you will get enrolled to it. So you can see once you select your courses, you will be completing the registration, and based on your completion of registration and the slots available at the time of registration, you will be able to opt it out. So this is another very helpful service for the students in campus, that is Campus Help Center. So the idea is there will be different services that will be configured. It will be regarding your administrative issues or your IT infrastructure issues or admission, etc. Like what are other facilities issues you have in the campus. So there will be some assigned person for each of these services, and you will have an option to raise a request. Like suppose my internet is not working or Wi-Fi is not working or some issues with your infrastructure. So on raising the request, the particular person who's assigned with it will be taking care of it, and even you will be notified on the status of that particular issue raised by you. And this is something known as campus fee. So ideally this is the notice boards which we had in our schools. So like this is like online version of it. So anything which the management, the college, professors, they want to notify you something regarding any notice or something, they will be posting using this feed option. Now this is something through the mobile application. So either web, as I said, using the URL, or even using the Play Store or App Store, you will be able to download the Call application, and you can log in using that same login ID provided to you. So this is just an introduction about the Call, how once you log in, I think you will get used to it, like you will see what are these features which I have explained to you. Very happy to see you all on boarded. All the very best, and thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Famously once said, the only thing that you absolutely have to know is the location of the library. We now invite Mr. Jairaj, who will be giving us details of the RV University Library.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Well, myself Jairaj, I'm in charge of library. So I think the most place frequently visit us in campus. So we have a compact, beautiful library, and future we are coming up with a beautiful library with a 3-floor building. So I'll just take a few minutes to just explain about library. Sorry for the error. Actually, the spelling of library was so mistake. So let me continue. All, I mean, like from morning 8:32 till 6 o'clock. So anytime when you feel free, you visit a library and use the facilities of the library. And there'll be, I mean, like you can issue the books, you can take it home, you can read, you can refer, and most of the books are available for reference as well. So you visit library to utilize the all resources available with. We have type of material called books, journals, e-resources, and we have so many e-resources links also we have hosted in our library website. There you can access e-resources through our library website. So I'll take through our library website. Prashant sir, can you open the link, library website? You can visit this particular website to access our e-resources. We have given e-resources links in the resource column. Sir, can you just click the resource tab? E-resource. Yeah, here you can see online databases, e-books, e-journals, MOOCs, thesis, case studies. So there are, so many electronic resources links we have hosted here. You just visit our library website to explore the, resources of the library. So if you have any doubts, any queries, please visit library and ask us. We will be there to help you. Thank you so much.
Now, you guys can go, if in case you've not finished your registrations, you can please go and finish up your registrations, and then yeah, you can join for lunch. 1:30. Yeah. So our lunch will be at 1:30 at food court. Food court is have all of you seen the food court? Okay, that's great. So food will be, lunch will be at the food court at 1:30 p.m. You can all join us there at 1 o'clock. So you can all join us there, and I would like to request all of you to please be seated back by 2:30 p.m. sharp. Okay. And I also have another announcement. Just another 2 minutes. So how many of you guys know about SPICMACE? Guys, please, just 2 more minutes. Sit down. Yeah, so, okay, no one? Okay, fine. So basically, RV University has tied up with SPICMACE, and SPICMACE is a prestigious organization promoting Indian classical arts amongst youth. So it's now having a new chapter at RVU, and there will be, it's called Virasat. It's going to be from August 22nd to August 27th. It is a week long, and there'll be workshops, concerts, and a nature tour. So I would request you guys to please register for the program. Thank you. And we would also need volunteers. We would seek your support. Thank you.
A feedback of the entire event presently in the form of an YouTube link, so that you can watch that recorded thing what you feel that you have missed it out on a very great extent. So having said this, so next 4 years of your life is going to define what you are going to be in your life. I think many parents are also here in this auditorium, which they don't wanted to miss actually what is going to happen with that buffer streaming in the other hall. So who are wondering that what is going to happen different in this hall for them. Apart from this orientation, what is going to happen today or what happened today, you will also be oriented with respective schools in particular. It may be School of Design, it may be School of Computer Science, School of Economics and Finance, School of Liberal Arts and Studies. You will have specific orientation related to your particular department. Apart from the addressing, you will do it live on ground. Am I clear on this? All of you, am I clear on this? Okay. The most important thing what you need to be cleared about is your exam system. How you are going to attend your classes, your timings. I'll give an example what happens. By the end of the day, you will find that all of a sudden your attendance is short listed, that you are short of attendance. Then you claim that, sir, I was there. Then you claim I was not there. I hope you understood. So whatever you have to decide it on the day one. Okay, having said this, formally welcome to RV University as an integral part of RV family. We are here to shape you for next 4 years. You might have joined School of Design, but we are going to design your lives. You might have started with your computer science, but you are going to code the softwares for you so that you are going to decode the secrets of life for yourself. It may be School of Economics and Finance, but we are going to redefine what exactly statistics of economy is going to play in your life. And it may be School of, any other school which I left out? Oh, liberal arts, so you're very liberal in thinking. So any of your thinking which is going to affect in your life, any decision what you're going to make, the decisiveness of your life, the practicality of your life, which is a genuine character that would lead you to victory, I think that is what is going to be decided in these 4 years, making you more assertive, more confirmative, more decisive, and a better human being. Apart from this, okay, how many are interested in sports here? Okay, interested in sports. Apart from video games? Okay, already 30% is down. Okay, good. Apart from online heroes, all warfront heroes who play on ground and sweat. Oh, wonderful. Okay, anybody at national levels here? Wonderful. State? Good. District? Zonal? Wonderful. Okay, to all the sports fraternity sitting here, okay, I insist everybody to pick up at least one game for your lifetime in your 4 years. That is one thing. And next thing is, RV University per se is going to make a team from scratch to represent at various levels. Till now we had only a limited, the first batch, We could not even form a team because, School of Liberal Arts would have specific number of people playing such game. School of Design would have specific people playing particular game. Now this strength, I think we can make a complete team of every event. Yes? Yes? I don't want to lose the battle before I start the battle. Reason is, we have an RV College of Engineering coexisting with you, which is so well versed. Even Anil Kumble is from the same college. You have best of the national athletes from this college. You have, in the recent games, we had around 2 gold medals for 50 meters and 30 meters event in the VTU Nationals. Apart from this, we have the best of the football team of this campus, which has also represented in VTU, South Zone and Inter Zone both. We have hell lot in sports. It may be swimming, it may be gymnastics, it may be cricket, it may be football, handball, hockey, basketball, badminton, table tennis, chess. 17 different disciplines the students have participated, and we are champions in almost 13 different disciplines, and we are runners up in almost 19 disciplines in VTU I'm talking of, where the best colleges participate in this Karnataka. They are the engineering students, ladies and gentlemen. And now you as RV University have got a different stand to take on in the field of sports. So to facilitate you in the field of sports, we have our Dr. Malesh, the Assistant Physical Education Director of RV University, who will be directly interacting with you for anything related to sports activities of RV University. Obviously, we will be there as a backhand to help you out all. But Dr. Malesh in person, he will be acting as the Assistant Physical Education Director of RV University, who's going to take care of your entire sports activities of the entire curriculum. So we'll have Dr. Malesh here. He himself is a national athlete. He was part of RVCE before. And since we have RV University in the same campus coexisting, now we have Dr. Malesh taking care of RV University in per se in total for the field of sports. Looking forward so that you emerge as champions in the field of sports. You take a step ahead. We are here to take those 99 steps for you. We'll have Dr. Malesh to brief anything about sports, and any other ambiguities and doubts for your sports, please keep it for yourself. I'll meet you on ground.
Welcome to all. Welcome to RVU. And I am Dr. Malesh, Assistant Director of Physical Education. 18 years of experience, physical education and training, over 12 years with RVC. Represented 4-time national cross country. Represented as an Indian team coach for Paralympic Committee of India and Master Athletic in Malaysia and Thailand. My trainees represented university level, state, national and international level, won several medals. Student representative James JK, Ganesh, Mannat Kaur, Harshita Jain, Akshaya. Sports and games team at RVU, cricket for men, cross country, men and women, football, men, volleyball, shuttle badminton, basketball, table tennis, chess, hockey, handball, men and women. Wrestling and judo, gymnastic, men and women, men's section. Swimming, kabaddi, powerlifting, kho-kho, tennis, yogasana, ball badminton, athletics, throwball, softball for men and women section. Infrastructure facilities. In our campus has a playground of 6,400 square meters. We used to conduct all the outdoor sports activities. Shuttle badminton, the wooden court has been area of 300 square meters, is very well utilized the students and staff. Table tennis, it has also been a popular game in campus. And then chess, carom also, we are organizing in the World Sports Complex. Multi-gym facilities. Gym is located in basement of Kaveri Hostel. The student can make use of these facilities morning 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. and evening 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Multi-gym facilities. Selection procedure. Inter-department matches or circulation about selection trials to the school, selection trials, training and practice session, final selections, representing RVU team, All India Inter-University and South Zone. And then notice, selection trials for students. Following is the schedule of selection trials for the students. Volleyball men and women, 5th September we are organizing. Then place Old Sports Complex, please note, time is 4:30 p.m. Like throw ball, table tennis, badminton, football, weightlifting, powerlifting, netball, handball, wrestling, basketball. Just we mention the schedule and then venue and then time, please note down that. Then same thing in Kho-Kho, cross country, hockey, kabaddi, tennis, ball badminton, chess, and then softball, cricket. And then remaining games we are like a squash, fencing, taekwondo, mallakamba, gymnastic, archery, cycling, boxing, swimming, gymnastics, boxing, best physique. Event selection will be based on their state and national participation certificate has to produce during the selection trials. RVU sports students benefits. Students, those who won represent the RVU teams in different sports and games will get special recognition. Medical facilities. If any student is injured while representing the RVU will bear the medical expense. Value added service, sportswear. All the students representing the RVU in various sports and games are given the suitable sportswear. Attendance. The player representing the RVU team in university level, premier, invitational tournament will be given attendance for the days missed for the tournament. Annual Sports Fest organized 2022. Intra Sports Fest for student and staff. The event cricket, badminton, athletics, table tennis, carom doubles, like we organized for student and staff, men and women sections. The glimpses of sports, annual Sports Fest. Student achievements. Last year our students participated Transcends Group of Institution Tournament 2022 was held at Bangalore on 27-28 February 2022. In that our badminton mixed doubles teams were champions. Also we participated Christ University Cricket Tournament also. Then International Yoga Day, RVU and then RVC together we organized that event. Then further any contact clarification, please contact to me. My contact number 8970050680. Thank you.
And to one of the most sorted requests in the recent times, the psychological counseling, which people think that it is very much essential, which is all of a sudden budded from nowhere. Because from the days when I studied or many of the parents studied here, I don't think so there was something like this sort. Now it has become one of the essential parts of RV University, and it is also in the part of curriculum that you have to have an on-campus psychological counselor. So we have here Mrs. Ashwini here to address you all. She is the designated psychological counselor of RV University, who is pursuing her PhD. She is a PhD scholar here in the RV University. So all the students, please find your time whenever you feel like. You need to have that comfort zone to express your thoughts, your feelings, your problems, where you cannot express it in open. So she is always there for you. Over to you, ma'am.
Am I audible to you now? Yes? Okay. Welcome, one and all. I'm sure it's been a busy and I guess a little tiring day. At least your first half's done. So have some patience. It's just going to take about 10 minutes. So that you know what Counseling and Wellbeing Center is all about. All right. Of course, welcome. The inception of the center happened in 2022, that is this year. So it's a collaboration between two organizations, that is the university and Wings Within. Of course, you can check the Wings Within organization on their website. The link is given. In case you want, you can of course refer. What's the vision and mission of the center? And I think every center requires to understand what you're really trying to do here, right? So, to create a healthy environment, and why is it so? I mean, I think mental health, of course, becomes a part of your health, right? And to create a healthy, a holistic individual is so important, and I think that's what we're trying to do here. We want to create a healthy society, and that's what our mission is. So that when you all are here and when you pass out as well, I think you pass out as blooming young adults. So this is just a little bit about me. I have about 8 years experience, and like Major Raghav sir was also referring, I'm a PhD scholar from National Institute of Advanced Studies, IISc, and you can find me on the campus 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday and Friday. You can also write to me. My email is, just there. But of course, you can come in, walk in. I'm in the campus, just the counseling rooms just near the reception. Of course, you'll get to know. You're just new to the campus, so you'll get to explore a little bit. So anyone wants to answer this? You don't have to raise your hands. You can just shout out from where you are. Sleepy. Tired. Okay? I'm a little anxious maybe because, this is my first time I'm meeting a lot of students from the RV, or like the second batch, of course, your first day. So I'm a little tad bit anxious. So you're sleepy, tired, what else? Bored. Okay. I'm not singing a song and all, but we'll try to do one small exercise if you are okay with it. Otherwise, I can continue with the presentation. What do you say? Yes? No? Yes? No? No, you can sit and relax. Basically, this exercise is going to make you more relaxed. And people who want to sleep will feel more sleepy. Because probably it will make you sleep and then you can wake up with a little more energy. Is that okay? Cool? No. Alright, let's all just take a moment and close our eyes. Okay? Is it okay? Close your eyes. Close your eyes. I see a lot of people who still open their eyes. So close your eyes. Yeah, that would be helpful anyway. So you can close your eyes, and once you're closed, we'll just done. Yeah. Most of them have closed their eyes. Okay, so follow my voice. All you have to do is no nodding, no saying yes, nothing, but just follow my voice. All right. Take a deep breath. Breathe in. Okay, of course you're breathing. Every time you breathe, you would not, yeah. So just take a deep breath. You can breathe in and breathe out. Just try to do it maybe another 2 times, just so that you're a little bit more relaxed. Yeah. Now imagine a really wonderful place, something that you can find really, something that you find very peaceful. A green place, of course, that you are safe, you're happy, and you feel more relaxed. A lot of us tend to imagine waterfall or something in the nature. So maybe what we can try to do is start off to have that to visualize ourselves in that very moment, in that very place. Imagine there's a lot of greenery there. Imagine there are birds, and of course, and you can hear them chirping. Try to feel every bit of that place. You're not wearing your shoes or you're not wearing any sandals. You're walking barefoot, so you can feel the glass blades on your feet. As you walk forward, you can also feel the dewdrops. Visualize this waterfall in front of you. Imagine the sounds that you can hear. And as you near, you find a very cozy little spot. A rock, somewhere you can sit and watch. So there's a lot of birds chirping, a lot of greenery, and there's also sounds, various nature sounds that you can hear. A little bit of sunshine that's falling on you, and you just try to relax. Stay there for a moment. Maybe what seems to be like how much ever time for you. Just take in everything from that moment. Take in the smell. Take in the sounds. Take in the textures, the different textures of nature. Take a deep breath slowly, and you can open your eyes. All right. So I hope this is called a visualization exercise. Some of you might have tried this before, and some of you might have tried this for the very first time. So I hope this helped to make you all feel a little bit relaxed, and whoever was feeling a little bit bored also might have felt better. Okay, moving on. So was it good? Okay. What is counseling? And I think there's just a little bit of what we've tried to do is just illustrate. But what counseling is essentially trying to understand and make things better for ourselves in a very safe and controlled space, right? We are here to, of course, so this is not going to be like, guiding you. Counseling is not essentially someone who guides you and tells you what to do in your life, but somebody whom you can approach and talk to when you're feeling like, you're stuck for whatever different reasons, right? That you're not able to deal with your life's challenges, maybe deal with the academic pressure that you might be going through, or peer pressure. A lot of things come up, right, in your life, and I think for all of us, not just y'all, but all of us go through a lot of life challenges, and I think to help ourselves understand that challenge better and help ourselves deal with those things better. So these are just illustrations of when can you walk in and talk to me, right? Of course, you can read it, and there are certain things which are not mentioned here, right? When you are feeling low, when you feel that, okay, is it a good thing to talk to a counselor? I'm feeling, and I think that's when you really need to talk to a counselor. When you're probably in doubt, do come in, approach, right? And there are times, maybe just before your exams, you start to feel that, you start to feel anxious, you start to feel that, am I going to perform well or not? Or what is going to happen? These are small illustrations of situations where you feel, you might need help, and, we are here to help. All of us that is the mental health community or the counselors, have certain ethics or code of conduct to follow. And I think primarily what is important here for all of you to know is when you talk to a counselor, they are not going to be judgmental of you. And I think that's important for y'all to know. Just so, I'm not here to tell you what you're doing is right or wrong. Right? I'm not going to tell you that, hey, listen, whatever you're doing, that's not right. Change that approach. And nobody is here to judge you, rather than say, put you in a box. And whatever that you share is going to be confidential. When I say confidential, of course, be it certain things that you are facing could be related to academics, maybe outside that realm as well. But whatever that we discuss, of course, is going to be kept confidential. And only in certain situations will those, we will be breaching that code of confidentiality when we understand that you are at risk to yourself, right? And also that we would be we would be sharing this news to somebody who is like an emergency contact, but not discussing what essentially we talked through those sessions, right? So, not sure if
Hi Nida, welcome.
This is just so that you understand what really happens inside the session. It's about a 4 minutes video. We'll just try to see that.
Hi Nida, welcome. Hi, how are you? Good. I've been looking forward to meeting you. Did you find the place okay?
Yes, I did. I'm not very familiar with this area, but I did find it.
Good. So I was wondering if you got a chance to read and sign the paperwork, the contract that you were given in reception?
Yes, I did.
Yeah? Okay, excellent. So there's the topic of confidentiality that I just wanted to go through with you to make sure that you do have a good understanding of how that works. So this is a safe space. Counselling is a safe place for you to be able to talk about your concerns and how you're feeling about certain things. So everything that we do talk about is kept confidential between you and I. However, there are limitations to confidentiality, and these are if I feel at any stage you're at risk of harm to yourself or to other people, I have to breach confidentiality. If my case notes are subpoenaed by court for any reason, I have to breach confidentiality. And also there may be times where I have to discuss some of the things that we talk about with my supervisor. However, if that does come up, I will make sure that you do remain anonymous in that situation with the supervisor. So is that okay? Do you have any questions?
No, that makes sense.
No? Okay. And if at any stage any of these situations where I do have to breach confidentiality come up, I will discuss them with you first.
Okay.
Okay? Excellent. So another thing that I wanted to make clear as well is that we have weekly sessions with clients as well. So sometimes they can change to monthly depending on our sessions together. And they're free for the first 6 sessions covered under Medicare, and then anything after that is $70. Is that okay with you?
Yep.
Just a little bit of what really happens is conversations and where you talk about your issues, and of course this is a case study. Would you like to read? Would you want me to read out? Just go through the case, since all of you are very good. assuming you were able to read. Need more time? Thumbs. Alright, so does this sound relatable? I think all of us went through the pandemic, right? So on and off college has happened? Yes, no? Yes? Might not be to an extent of what he is feeling, but it's just an illustration for when you can talk to a counselor, right? And one of the studies that's presented here, just so that it's more relatable, all of us go through, sometimes, not just all of us, sometimes we go through self-doubt, right? We go through that what we are doing, is it right or wrong, or, you know, I think we might be constantly judged by a lot of people, and there might be times where our self-esteem can waver up and down, right? So as students or as people, I think a lot of the times we do look at ourselves not just by what we understand, but also what we understand from the way people react to us, right? And all of a sudden, if your friends push you away, or maybe just stop texting you, or maybe whenever you're reaching out, in this case when Anup has been reaching out to make plans to catch up, his plans were turned down, or for whatever reasons they were not able to catch up. And I think what he essentially started to feel was to blame himself, and started self-loathing, and asking himself, was, you know, am I worthy of their friendship? Am I even, you know, probably am I worthy to be somebody's friend, right? And what is really happening here is he's turning to self-loathing and blaming himself. And over the course of time, what happens is this entire incident affects him so much that he nearly has a panic attack on the day of the reopening day, right? And sometimes it can be scary. Sometimes you're able to deal with it better. And when you're not able to deal with it, of course, I think you need to talk to a counselor. The process, maybe, let me just explain. If there are, I think, every case is different. I think every interaction with every person, every client is going to be different. So we don't know how much time each client is going to take, but on an average, about 6 to 8 sessions might be good to help you deal with what you're dealing with, right? And each session is going to be around 40 to 45 minutes, right? And sometimes what happens is you are able to find solutions, or you are able to deal with whatever that you're dealing with better in about 3 sessions. For somebody, it might happen with 4 sessions. So it's just a number that I'm giving at this moment. So 6 to 8 sessions might be able to help you feel better. So the Counseling and Wellbeing Center, of course, is operating, and we are doing counseling services. Apart from that, we are planning to have crisis intervention, group consultation, prevention and awareness creation. And I think which is very important. Awareness is something that I think all of us need to advocate as mental health professionals, so that we are creating a better and a healthy environment where you are able to understand your own mental health better. And this is the roadmap for the center. What we're planning to do is have a lot of campaigns, have bi-monthly activities. So you're not just here to consult or talk to me as a counselor, but I think in some of the times when you have, you know, we will be catching up. There are already existing student clubs which you might become a part of, and you all as a new batch may have your own student club that you will start. So we might have a lot of activities that we plan through the clubs, and there are also a lot of resources that would be created so that you can go back and read them, talk about them, discuss with your friends, right? So that's the roadmap for the center. To get in touch, you know where, just so that you know where I am, and just a little bit of contact information on that. Yeah. All right, thank you.
For this. Now we will be addressed by the Senior Manager Facilities and Estate, Major Raghavendra. Over to you, sir.
And welcome to RV University formally. Now there were many issues while you took a call for joining RV University. It might be in the terms of choosing liberal arts, it might be in the terms of choosing School of Design, School of Computers. Why a different course? And you have chosen and you are here now. Trust me, you have made one of the best choices for yourself. I think you should applaud for yourself, you have made the best of the choice for your life. In this particular campus, let me assure you, this is a ragging-free campus. I hope you understood. It's a ragging-free campus. A juniority and a seniority will be decided by the way we communicate with each other for exchange of problems, or it's an exchange of feelings, or it is only the warmth and comfort what we talk about. So this campus has no history of ragging. It is as simple as that. It includes to your hostels also. I am making it again count. There is no word called as ragging in this campus, including your hostels. Any ambiguity, any doubts, any problems, now you know whom to approach. I think many of them have felt disappointed that there is no ragging. Is that so? See, an exchange of communication to know your juniors and know your seniors, ragging is not the only frame of mind. There are many other factors. Okay, the first and foremost thing, let me tell you, my speech will not be elaborate and I will not have any PowerPoint presentations because I am lost in my own world, so to direct you or orient you. Orientation is all about from where you stand. Orientation is all about from where you perceive. So whatever I say does not mean till the time your mind and soul is not present here. With this, the first thing, how to interact with your seniors now. You've got various clubs in this RV University, which is related to music, art, it may be marketing or culturals, or something which is studious also. And now with the new team of, computer science is also been, included in the curriculum. I think you can make few more clubs now. So that would be one forum where you are going to interact with your seniors that will make you understand each other much more in a very better way. And the next event would be your sports. RV University was, your seniors were finding it difficult to even frame a team. Now they don't have a choice. I have somebody to compete them. Are you all ready to take on the challenge team by team to play with your seniors? What, winning or losing? Or so you play to win? How many play to win? Okay. Okay, how many play to learn? That is more important factor of your life. That is what we are going to teach you. Having said this, many of the parents have lot of concern. I see parents, still with you since morning. There were a lot of issues in the internet connectivity. They could not listen what it was being conveyed. But don't worry, that will all be conveyed to them in one-on-one platform. But now, there is a lot of issues which are related to transportation facility. Am I right? There is a hard copy lying here. Anybody who has an issue for your transportation, I am going to give this hard copy to you. Please look into it. We have buses leaving sharp at 5 o'clock from the campus today. Please board the bus which is approximately towards your route. Understand it. And let me be very clear, no student of RV University need not to pay the fees till the end of this month. Please board RV University buses wherever you find it on your route as per the schedule, as per the route chart. Just say that you are from RV University and you will be accommodated. First travel for 10 days, understand the route, then take a call on payment. Academically, you will be paying rupees 30,000 flat from September 1st ending till 31st of August 2023. So that will be counted as your entire financial year for your payment of the fees for your transportation. So regarding any issues of your transportation, who has got any issues, please don't go back without clearing your doubts. There is a certain route which has been provided. There is a general line of direction where we are going to travel, the main routes. In and around 1 kilometer or 1.5, 2 kilometers, 500 meters, 800 meters, whatever the distance you are, you please make yourself available at the juncture. It is not a BMTC bus. Don't look for BMTC stops. It is en route, anywhere en route, you will be accommodated. I hope I made it very clear. Anyways, how many are there having issues for transportation in this auditorium right now? Okay, which route? You don't know the route? Okay, wonderful. Anybody else? Just an example I wanted to sort. Where do you come from? Okay, where in Banagata? Perfectly fine. Meenakshi Mall, there is a bus which is going to come. Fine? Now you know where to go? Anybody else? Anybody else? Any transportation related issues? Okay, anybody in the hostel right now? Especially the boys hostel? Boys hostel, how many are here? Okay. Boys, you have your seniors already in the hostel. You are all in MV or Chamundi? MV hostel? Am I right? You have been made to stay in MV hostel for a reason. Because you have already your seniors in Chamundi hostel. Am I right? So, we have a tradition of keeping the first years separately for the first year. I hope you understood. There will be RV College of Engineering students also. There will be RV University students also. It is the way you behave, you interact, and you communicate. As I told you before, this is a ragging-free campus. Any issues, please bring to the notice then and there. And you have hostel supervisors and the wardens 24/7 in the campus. You are guarded 24/7. So please don't keep it for yourself. I promise you that there will be no uncertainty or any such kind of issues. But still, if there is one, I want you to please intimate it at the earliest. Because with the new batch coming up, we need to know if there is any such kind of an issue which will be addressed at the forefront. RV University Girls Hostel? How many here? All settled? All settled? Any issues? Water related? Yes? Definitely yes? But you did not tell anybody, right? Though I have no concern, I'm asking you. It is just because that you did not tell anybody or approach anybody, it has not been addressed. I think I have met you before also. How is the stay? How are you? This means that you're supposed to say what is the problem. Maintenance related issues, please let us know in time so that we react properly. Am I clear? Okay. Sports facilities, as it is said that you are going to be the stars of RV University. You are going to make or break RV University. Trust me on this. You never choose your parents. Parents choose. I hope I made the answer. So, but before that, God chooses parents for you. Right? So, parents chooses only one thing for you, that is your teachers. Yes? And you make only one choice for your life, that is the choicest thing of your life, that is your friends. And please make the choicest friends and make your stay more beautiful in our university. Let this 4 years redefine your lives. Let this 4 years make you more determined, more successful, and more optimistic towards life. May it be field of sports. We have the central maintenance team here which will be acting upon all your requests. It may be your water related issues, it may be electricity, it may be your IT or sports or any infrastructure related things. You can walk up to me any point of time. I'll pass it on my numbers. I'm an active member of your ragging committee, anti-ragging committee. You have a student board also, you have got a student council also. The moment you're going to interact with your seniors when they come back on 22nd, I think most of the things will be clear for you. And it is a 52 acres campus. Okay? And there's a lot of construction activities I think many would have witnessed. And that is the forefront of your RV University. I think this is the luckiest batch which is going to be the part of that new building for the first time. Maybe in a 13 months or so, we are going to have the complete building set up here, RV University new building. And you'll be mesmerized by the way it is going to come up. We are also having an international level multifaceted gym here, exactly opposite to the food court. I know that you're all very good, you'll catch my humor very fast. Good. So everybody had your lunch today in the afternoon? And that is your food court. Obviously they will not serve you for free from tomorrow. So that is the place where you can actually have your, that's called as Cafe Mingos. We also have Sip and Bite here. We have got a mini cafe. I hope you're all seen there. Okay. That is the place where I think you're going to spend your maximum time in your RV University. So I think everybody knows that place now. Okay, Major Raghavendra C has taken over this post of Senior Manager for Estate and Facilities since last 2 years here, after I relinquished from my command of being an Army officer. I belong to the 16th Battalion of the Garhwal Rifles. I was from the Black Hat Commando Force. I'm a commando myself. So, because there was nobody to introduce me, then I thought I should not lengthen the Master of Ceremonies burden, because even she would have been told 24 hours before that she is supposed to talk. So she is also with that written script. So with almost 11 different national games and 11 different medals in 11 different disciplines of sports. I'm a national medalist myself in athletics. So apart from that, I'm a sportsman thorough. I take care of your sports also in the campus. That's why I told you, when you have to decide who is the best, we will be on the ground. So otherwise, my education background is not though much. I'm just a double MBA, triple PG, double masters and a BTech. So I also take care of the musical. I think School of Liberal Arts and Science. We have also the School of Visual Arts and Performing Arts, where Dr. Dindipa Madam would be actually teaching you all this. You got exposure to a lot of exemplary artists, where I think from this month 22nd onwards we are going to have Virasat in the campus. You're lucky people. As soon as you have entered, we're going to have Speak McKay from 22nd of August till 27th, where various artists from various parts of this country are going to perform in this campus. So you're all going to be the hosts of the event. You're no more the guests. This is the only day you're going to be oriented. After that, your orientation is going to be lost. Fine. So having said this, I'm going to tell you what you're going to be exposed of. See, you're going to take an initiative because you are all the founding members of RV University. You are finding it everything new. Okay, this should have been there, this should have been there. No. Everything is what you are going to reframe, you are going to recreate, you are going to redefine. There is no medals in the history of RV University. You are going to create the history. There is nothing called as a culture which has evolved as RV University. You are going to make the culture. And if at all there is a story which is going to be told after 10 years or 15 years, and that will be your story. I hope we will all redefine, reframe, repaint, and personify those stories so that it exactly metaphors the simile of the thoughts, so that when it is collaborated and when it is confronted before the parents of the future and the students of the future of RV University, they don't hesitate or have that ambiguity what you have today, whether I have chosen the right path or not. For a parent, it's a concern. For a teacher, it's a responsibility. But for a mentor, it is duty. So there are different walks of life, different phases of life. I will learn with you. You are going to learn from us. So as a combined team, we are going to reframe and take the laurels of RV University to the greater heights. And whatever choices you have made, I think the best of the choices are going to redefine the future of many of your future friends who are going to join RV University in the coming years, because your success stories are going to be their inspiration. I hope each one of you a grand success, a great life ahead, a cheerful life ahead. Welcome to the RV family once again. Stay united, stay strong. Any issues in this campus which is related to facilities, just don't blink your eyes. Come over on a phone call, it will be addressed. Security point, when you enter the campus, the gate which you are entering is not the main gate, it is just an exit gate where the main gate is going to be inaugurated in 15 odd days. So there will be a lot of rush during the morning hours when you are going to enter the campus. Anybody who is riding two-wheeler, please make it a point, at least when you are moving out of the campus, please move out with your helmets. I don't want any student calling me up and telling that, sir, we have an accident at this spot and we have nobody to help. And I've done this in this campus. I don't want a call from any one of you for this. It is not that I'm not going to help you. Those are the most unwanted calls one would expect. For you, for us, your responsibility, but for your parents, you are the life. Please remember that before you act, before you do anything. Don't argue with any of the security staff when they tell something to you, because there would have been passed to them to inform you this, to obey the orders. It doesn't make any sense arguing with a security guard who has been obeying the orders of the institution. If you have any issues, please walk up to us. We will definitely look into it. Fine. Please be responsible for your belongings. Please don't depend on technology called as CCTV every time. There is something called as common sense that we have forgotten. Please use it now and then, or else it will go unused. Is that clear? Transportation, morning times the buses will all be inside the campus before 8:50, 8:55 is the maximum time. Anybody who is not using the transport, especially the hostel lights, I don't want to see you running to the classrooms at 9:05, just straight away from your washrooms. I think you are the people who always get late, being the closest to the campus always. It has been the routine now. Parking facilities are a little bit of a hindrance now because of the lot of construction activities coming up. Whenever the security is guiding you, wherever the parking facilities is provided, please park it in the right specific place. It may be a two-wheeler or a four-wheeler. Recently, we are all planning to, issue the passes also. And whenever you have to roam inside the campus, please don't use your vehicles. I have seen people moving out from a mini food court, ordered something and you did not get something, to order the same thing to main food court to use your bike. And after that, one fine day, you are standing to celebrate Environmental Day. I hope you understood. So, we are actually trying to make this as a polythene-free zone campus. We are going to take step by step. All of a sudden, it's not going to happen. So, it is a process in which we are going to make it. So, RV University is in the process of, imbibing all these kind of, socially, related awareness in each and every individual, so that it is inculcated in a very right age at the right time. Because, all Bangaloreans here, so you will all know what Environment Day is all about. So, though you don't know where the Tulsi plant in your house is, still you will be liking that link in the Google saying that, this tree should not be cut because of this road construction or a metro construction. The petition undersigned. Right? Be true to yourself. Be honest what you are, so that your integrity may define what you are, so that your honesty will redefine your personality, and your personality is a genuine character that's going to lead you to victory. Trust me, your four walls of classroom is not going to teach you character. It is beyond your classrooms. It is beyond your visions. And that is what RV is all about. It is not only RV University you have joined an elite fraternity of education institution, where we mean only the quality education. Education not in the terms of your academics, which I'm not going to talk at all. I'm a very, very, not a so educated person to talk about education of you all masterminds. I would only be talking about the education which is related to your ethics, which is related to your morality, element of momentum. This is what your physics of 9th year, where the rate of change of momentum, this is Newton's law what I'm talking about. How many are not science students? But rate of change of momentum was taught in 9th standard, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Okay, having said this, you had a very, very big hectic day. Please complete your admission process or anything registration process which have been left out. Don't leave any of your spelling mistakes just because of your beautiful handwriting that somebody has misunderstood and typed it. So that I don't want to see you in a roaming with a wrong typed named identity card for your future. Get your I-cards as early as possible so that I identify that you are all the species from RV University, because we have different species in this campus. So whenever I interact with you, be open so that I know your problems in and out. I don't want your parents to be overburdened by your calls in the name of, what is that called as? Homesickness, which you don't have and you pretend to. I see the happiest faces after the pandemic to join RV University. However, you have to be out of the house, and that you have achieved. So with this great achievement of a feat that you are out of the threshold of your and warm folds of your parents, you are here to RV University to see the better, brighter side of your lives without your parents' supervision. Yes? Hey, yes is at one counterpart of, must be Bangaloreans only. Okay, sure. Good. So, the seniors had a complaint that, sir, we did not have a freshers party. You know what is it? I tell them, till the date you are fresh. Because nobody was there to, accommodate them and make a freshers party, but they partied for themselves. So at least now when the senior batch comes up, there are somebody to look up to, and they would also be looking up to you to design what kind of parties can RV University can have. I hope you understood. Okay, for all your other informations, I need to tell you also that we had sunburn last week here, just 10-15 days before. We had a Bollywood night here. Okay, we had Kannada Parva Habba here, where all the culture of Karnataka was brought here under one roof. The second song of Galipata was released here in this campus. Your so-called favorite Yogaraj Bhatt was here. So many of the things here happen apart from studies, which you had all been overburdened by thinking that what university I have joined, where they're only speaking of all the education and events and all the things. Specifically, I'm going to orient you through the campus. It will be a walk the talk. So I don't use my presentations to teach you anything, because I myself don't know anything. What would I show you? So I will also learn this campus walking along with you. So all the ambiguities will be on spot, because the presentations, what I can show you is all confidential. I hope you understood. So with all the confidentiality inside me and with the deepest concerns, and my deepest apologies to all the parents who would actually not understand what exactly the orientation was all about. This is not the end of the orientation. This was just a beginning day for us. Orientation actually is going to happen along with the parents. We are going to have a grand event. In that event, we are going to invite the parents along with the students, where there is going to shortly be planned in a separate forum where we can accommodate all the parents and the students together under one roof, so that the parents get surprised to see their students in that form. Okay, this is my son, this is my daughter. So that is what it is all planned for you. And welcome to RV University once again formally. All the best. There is no looking back in your life now. Please go ahead. Be the best for yourself. Be the best versions for yourself. Update your softwares of your thoughts so that it can lead the strongest parts of your hardwares of your physical strength that would emotionally back up for your future. And if you feel depressed, of life, there is only one thing that is going to make you happy. What is going to make you happy? Lot of fans in the room. Lot of fans. Okay, you don't want to have a fan to be happy, my dear. I understood your point. You are speaking against the gravitational law. But I speak of gravitational law exactly because, you know, gravitational force is the strongest. Even if you use the fan, you're going to reach the ground at last. I hope you understood. Humor is costly. Okay, leave it at this. We'll call it a day or so for this hectic day. This is a process of learning for 4 years. Let us not overburden you with all the information. So I've kept many of the information for myself, or else you'll not come back to me if the doctor gives the prescription on the very first day. So with this, we thank all the parents for making their precious time today. Though we could not do the right justice today, but still, thanks for your valuable time. That shows the concern what you have for your children. And thank you all for making it a very commemorable day in the history of RVU. Ladies and gentlemen, I request you all to please rise for the national anthem. The best way to come out your depression is this 52 seconds. You belong to your country.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे